And so the fun begins. Let's get to it. Welcome to DIY and Reviews with Bill. If you love hands-on projects, honest product reviews, and saving money, you're in the right place. From DIY builds to testing tools and gadgets, I will break it all down so you know what works and what's worth it. Subscribe and join me as I take on multiple projects, put different products to the test, and try to help you get the best bang for your buck. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, so in today's video, what we're gonna be doing is fuel pump. This is gonna be fun. Doing it on that 2002 Silverado 6.0 gas. So let's see what we can get done today. 18 millimeter. One, two, three, four. There we go. So those two harnesses are the ones that look like they're attached to the bed. Disconnected those. Move to the other side, loosen up those bolts. Just a heads up, might be a good idea to wear some safety glasses. A bunch of stuff falling off of here. Oh man, well, that's gonna be fun. Where are you? There's one. Swivel socket. Leaving the passenger side with some threads in them. Obviously we don't want the bed to slide off. So now I get to squeeze back out of here. We'll be replacing that fuel filter too. But for now, primary focus is fuel pump. That could probably be replaced at some point, but not gonna do it today. So let's keep moving here. I kind of forgot about these. All right, let's see how heavy this thing is. Okay, it's not too bad. Well, this puts a damper in the mood. So those bolts right there, looks like I'm probably gonna have to take those out as well. Got those bolts out. Let's see if it'll work this time. Oh my God, I was not recording. Okay, so wires on this connector match up with the new connector in the same exact order, same orientation. So I do not have to rewire, okay? It was plugged in this orientation. We got black and orange on the left, then gray, then purple, then black. Matches up with that, so luckily I don't have to do it. This pump that I got has this sensor, whereas my old one doesn't. So hopefully this should still work. I'm just gonna try to remove that sensor and run it that way. But the fuel lines and the pigtail look like they'll be in the same orientation, so this should still work regardless. We'll find out. But there's a lock ring right here, or a lock on the ring. This has got to be pushed out. You might have to try to loosen the lock ring a little bit to put pressure and then pop it out for it to stay. But We're gonna pop this out. Obviously, I still got to disconnect the fuel lines, and then hopefully I got enough room here to wiggle it out. Sorry for the poor angle. This is the best I can get. It's a little bit tight quarters in here, but we're gonna get to it. Just a flathead, screwdriver, and a hammer, tapping it out. And hopefully I should be able to squeeze these lines and pop them off. All right, also, if y'all do decide to take on this project, I highly recommend that you just get the Delphi or AC Delco fuel pump. Get the quality one. Don't cheap out on it, because from what I understand, you're just gonna be creating a headache for yourself and having to do this all over again. And obviously nobody wants to do that. The word of advice. All right, there's one. Ow, there's the other one. It helps if you got some 90-degree pliers like this. Okay. There we go. The middle one doesn't have these plastic clips. It's a different design, but you got to squeeze the sides here to release the tabs right here on the top and bottom. And then these other ones, it's just these little tabs you got to squeeze and push them off. So that's all I did. And I'm gonna slide this ring off. Be careful. Try not to, I got a lot of dust, so hopefully I won't get anything in the fuel tank. If you have a shop vac, now would be a good time to use it, or maybe even an air compressor, but I don't have anything like that. Fingers crossed nothing gets in there. Oh, this is not up high enough for me to get it out. Looks like I'm gonna have to try to jack the bed up some more. Afraid of, and that's why we use jack stands. Oh man. Shit. Oh, I cannot take that off because it's actually plugged into it. So if I took that off, it would leave an open hole here. So we're just gonna have to leave that plugged in the way it is. Hopefully this works. There we go. Wait. Oh, of course, I forgot the gasket. There we go. So, don't forget the gasket. All right, y'all, moment of truth. I'm gonna go ahead and try to fire this up before I lower it all back down, because I really don't want to do all of this again. So, let's see what happens. I might have to reconnect this ground first. Yeah, it looks like I didn't even have to disconnect it to begin with. That's always fun. Okay. We're gonna see if we can hear the fuel pump prime and check for leaks. Hopefully it won't be any. I heard it. No sprays, that's a good sign. Let's see what happens. All right, that is a good sign, my friends. So, of course, be very careful if you try to do this. I do not recommend trying to do this. Take it to a shop, take it to a professional. But yeah, looks like it's working. Guess I'm gonna go ahead and throw this all back together. Oh, well that's great. Fuel gauge is way off. So, not sure why it's like that. Maybe that's why it has to be rewired. Oh man.